Okay, here's that arcade I was showing earlier. I have it set to turn on from auto power recovery for the computer. Tried to turn it on earlier when the battery was dead inside the computer, so I changed that. That was the only issue. So if I turn on the power surge protector inside, the computer will automatically turn on, senses the power is restored, and turns on. So as you can see, I have the coin lights light up on the bottom. Have LEDs in there. That's a genuine coin door for an arcade. This is an older arcade, actual genuine arcade cabinet. Changed it over to run MAME. That's stands for Multiple Arcade Machine Emulator. It's running Windows XP, and it's actually just running on a Pentium 3. I use MAME for the front end, and the front end I call the screen here. And it's just a CRT monitor. It can also be upgraded, but right now I have vinyl over this shatterproof glass. It's really thick, had it custom cut and made. It's slightly tinted as well, so it gives a nice effect. You scroll down to the games that you want to play. Probably can't read it on the video, but it shows 27 games available. And the beauty of this is you can install more games just by copying the ROM onto a special directory. So these are my favorite games here, these fighting games. And I have a short cheat sheet here on showing how to play them. And you select everything by the buttons here. You can exit the program through the buttons. The only thing is I have it set to turn off. I don't have a button set for here, but that shouldn't be too much of a programming issue to do that. I actually have to open the coin door on the bottom and just move the mouse and select shut off the computer. But it's not much of a big deal. So here, in order to play a game that I selected, I'm selecting X-Men, Children of the Atom. I have two versions, USA and a Euro version. So in order to play that, I have the cheat sheet here. Select game with the controller and push one player start. One player start is this lower purple button. Let's hit that and it'll load it. All the games load pretty much the same way. It decrypts it. That's the program MAME that's decrypting the program. It's a relatively small ROM file in here. It's just informational. That you don't really need to know that, but some of the bigger games just take a few extra seconds to decrypt it. Gives you some useless information, really. To skip through some of this, all you have to do is jiggle the joystick controller. And there you go. Gives the little demo information in the beginning. Some additional information about the game and control the creators or something on there. There we go. That's a demo of X-Men. Playing right now, saying insert coin. And you don't really have to insert coin. The coin door down there is non-functional. So to insert a coin, I hold down what's called the Shazam key. I call that here. It's based on the controller underneath. Hold down this and hit down this button, and that's on my cheat card here, which is easy to read once you see it in person. Hold down this, insert a coin, and I have the sound turned down a bit. Generally, you can have it blasting if you want. I have that selected through Windows, so I exit this and then adjust the sound in Windows and do it that way. Otherwise, you get yourself a better speaker system in here. What I have is really loud once you turn it up, but another version, another option for speakers you have. You can turn it up and down through a cable on the outside of the game system, which is a little bit easier. But this works for me. So I can insert as many coins as I want. I just hold down this. And there you go. This is a one-player game arcade system, and you can tell it has just one joystick. But some games you can play two-player that don't require two players to play at the same time. Perhaps like Ghosts and Goblins, that's a two-player game. They can take turns, Pac-Man, that sort of thing. So to start the game, I'll hit one player, and that's this without the modifier key, Shazam. So we just hit this, and we just move the joystick around. And just pick somebody here, Iceman, I guess. And I'll just hit one of these punch or kick buttons, whatever you want to call them. And it's just asking me if I want to have manual or automatic guard in here. It's really hard to remember the way each game plays, especially the combinations of buttons here. But I just pick it by hitting one of the fire buttons or punch or whatever. And here I am. I'm going to fight Wolverine. This is the way this plays here. And I'm Iceman right now, and the computer's Wolverine. Alright, let him kill me. Alright, now to exit the game, while you're playing, you choose a different game. Exit, hold Shazam and the escape button. So this is Shazam key right here. Escape button, again, this is on the cheat card that I have created. Escape would be this number. Fire button right there. There we go. And I'm back to the front end, and I can choose another game. And it's the same way. I choose something else. Hang on, I think that's a driving game or something. So to select it, I just hit the one player button. That's this. Loads it up. Yeah, blah blah, legal disclaimer, no one really cares. Type OK, remove the joystick left and right. Some games have that. So I hit left and right, and then poof, there we go. And then to bypass this, just information about the game. I believe MAME gives that information. We don't really care, but we can get out of it. And if you remember the old arcade games, this is Hang On, some sort of a driving motorcycle game. It's kind of hard to play with a joystick, but I think that's how they played it originally. So we'll insert a coin, again holding down this key, Shazam, and hitting the one player. That's also a coin. For other arcades, I can also create the buttons in different placements. I can have additional buttons. This one was a minimalist design, I call it, and some buttons are performing more than one function. So two-player button, one-player button, and also one-player coin insert and two-player / coin insert. So that's how that works. So instead of having 4 buttons, in other words, for here, for coin, one-player, coin, two-player, I have them both performing the same function with just the modifier key, the Shazam key. And I can change the mappings of these either inside or also with software. Okay, so I'll insert a coin. Credit 1, credit 2, one player. And I don't know really how to play this, so I forgot. Oh, I'll hold down one of the fire buttons. I guess that's gas. I'm not very good at this. I knew that would happen. Alright. That's just one of the games I threw on here that I just couldn't delete. Someone might like it. So to escape, I'll hold down this and number 4 fire button. And there we go. On another game. Or the game menu option, actually. So, Again, there's only 27 games on here right now, but I can have as many games as I can find ROMs for. That's the game files for the system. Okay, now to exit out of this, I hold down the Shazam key and also escape. That should be this button. That's exiting MAME. Do I want to quit? And selecting one player equals yes, and I should be in the Windows. And there I'm in Windows. Now I still have the system running off the joystick. It's either joystick or keyboard for the way I set this up. So I can change that if I want. I just pull this back, and there's a switch under here for the controllers, and I flip it over to keyboard if I want. I didn't do that because in order to turn this one off, I just use the mouse, which is hidden under in the coin door slot. And that's not the ideal place, but you know, this is an inexpensive system I put together, so I just moved around. A wireless mouse would make much the easiest sense, and that would pretty much be able to accomplish anything you want to do, the volume and anything. So I'm selecting turn off computer, and there we go. So let's close the door. Got it all set. Windows is now shutting down. And it runs off Windows XP. And the lighting system didn't show, but the light remains on as long as the power in the display, power from the surge protector, excuse me, is on. Okay. You can get a better idea of the lighting for the unit right there. That would look pretty cool in someone's game room. And all the arcade artwork is customizable, and whatever someone wants I can do. This particular one is all in black. It doesn't have any graphics on the sides. Again, it's just a minimal design created. It's roughly about 6 feet tall. It's relatively heavy, and it is on wheels. The back panel, just adjust this so I can show that. I had this on a tripod, so I can show that information there. Showing the back panel here. This came off with screws. You can do hinges or whatever. Again, it's running off of an inexpensive CRT monitor. I have a lighting system up in the front, goes up at the top, and subwoofer, the computer right there, and the old controls, the back of the coin door. Keyboard's also sitting inside there, and the mouse, like I said from before. And the panel just goes on with like 4 screws, and good to go. Transporting the system is relatively easy. I just pull out the glass and the computer, plug it back in. The monitor can stay in there as long as it is carried on its back, and it's really strong in there the way I created it. I retrofitted the system actually. So that's about it, and hope that take advantage of my capabilities and order arcade system.